Hi there. You know, I'll bet you think that it's all fun and games here at Grandma's house, don't you? Well, the truth is we do have a lot of fun, and we do know a lot of games. But sometimes there's a lot of hard work involved, too. I've gotten a lot of letters from you, and you ask things like, you know, where do I live, and what do I do on an ordinary day? So I thought maybe today I'd take you into my private life a little bit and let you see what I do on an ordinary day. Where I am right now is just outside my house. It's a place we call the summer house, just because we like to put on airs sometimes. This is a fun place in the summer. Over my head, up here, there's a robin's nest that they built earlier this spring out of some of the moss and the leaves and twigs and things that are around our place. They've already raised one family of babies. But in this box, let me show you, I've got some really special things that I have found when I've been out working this spring. One of them, look at this. It's a robin's egg. Some bird just dropped it when they were on their way to their nest. Didn't quite make it home to put the baby to bed. So I picked it up off the grass and I've saved it. It's just perfect. I like these kind of things to take inside, and I decorate my house with them. Then I have, I like bird feathers too. This one is from an orange and brown bird that flies around. I don't know if you can see the back of its feather, how nice and orange that is. I love the color. And this one is from, we have lots of stellar jays around here. They're very bright blue, and they have a top knot on top of their head. And they are so noisy, and they like to scold kids and adults when you get in their way. Then, I bet you know I love to go in the creek. Well, this is one of the agates that is formed in a little pocket inside a rock. And it makes a perfect teardrop. So someday I thought I should put a little chain on it, and I'll hang it in my window. Then I have another treasure. Now this is a different kind of one. Some people are kind of grossed out by this, but I know you'll love it. I found this little skull out there when I was working under the rhododendron plants. I think it's from a possum, but I'm not really sure. So if somebody knows for sure, you could write in and tell me what you think it is. It even has its little teeth in here. They look kind of sharp. But I was very thrilled when I found this out there. The last thing I have in here is the very best of all. You know, you saw me and Michael down in the creek one time collecting rocks and agates. Well, once when I was doing that, I saw something shiny and red, and when I picked it up, it's this perfect Indian arrowhead. I was so thrilled. You should have heard me screaming and jumping up and down. So those are some of the rewards I get for doing my hard work. But right now, wouldn't you like to come up on the ladder with me and look down into the nest and see if the babies have hatched? Like I said, this is their second family this year. Oh, I love surprises. So come on up here and see what's in the nest with me. I'm going to go really carefully and quietly. You too, climb right up the ladder with me. This is a wonderful nest. Oh, made out of moss and... there's 1, 2, 3 baby birds in here. They're just getting their feathers, and they're fuzzy, and some of them they're kind of half naked too, but look, come on up closer and look right in there. Oh, what wonderful things God makes. They're just napping too hard. I don't think they're going to wake up for us, and that's probably a good thing. You don't want to scare them. You know, the mother's around not too far away, so I think I'll get down now. Let her feed the babies. Well, here I am out in my garden. One of the things I have to do a lot is get the weeds out of here. Down in these pansy plants, boy, they smell good. I sure wish you could smell them. One thing I wanted to show you is what I have to do is after they've bloomed and they're kind of droopy, I come along and I pick all these dead ones off and that makes them bloom even more. But if I don't pick those dead blooms off, it becomes like this. And this is a seed pod. And if I leave that alone for a few days, then we end up with something that looks like this. When the seed pod opens up, these are all the little seeds to make new plants in here. And actually that's where all these plants came from, because Grandpa and I were so busy this year, we didn't have time to plant a garden. So most of the things in our garden are what we call volunteers. Come on, I want to show you some more over here. If you don't get every bit of potato out of the ground, why, then it will grow a whole new plant. And Grandpa's going to come and help me now, aren't you, Grandpa?
Certainly am.
Yes, he does most of the digging and I do most of the grabbing when we do potatoes. It's a lot of fun. Oh, get a little closer. Oh, I think there's one in the mud here. You know, this is just like hidden treasure in the field, like in Bible times. Shake off the dirt and then look at all those potatoes. And I want to tell you, you have one of these for lunch right out of the ground. Oh, so good. You seen this before? Some of you, I'm sure, know what this is. We fertilized last year when we put potatoes in. We put straw around the plants so they grow more potatoes. Well, the straw was made out of oat straw, and there happened to be a few oats attached. So this year, they just grew up like this, and if you have oatmeal for breakfast, this is the sort of a plant that your oatmeal comes from. Then, if you're going to have oatmeal, you must have strawberries, right? Grandpa, can you help me find one or two? I think there's a few in here. They're blooming really well. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum. Ah, here's one. Here's one for you. Ah, good, huh? Oh, yummy. Hope you guys like strawberries as much as I do. Anyway, that's a lot of what I do in the garden. I'm down in the dirt a lot. And I get pretty dirty, as you can tell from my clothes. But there's lots of other things I have to do too, like mow the lawn. Would you like to see me drive the lawn tractor? Come on, it's over this way. Oh, some of you know that I have a new puppy. Now, she doesn't look much like a puppy now, does she? Well, she's 7 months old. This is Sophie. She's a wonderful puppy, but I want to tell you, she makes an old woman out of your grandma. I have to work really hard to keep up with her. But this is one of the things I do every day, is to play with Sophie. And since she likes to do some of the things I do, I like to come down here in the creek. Every year when the rain comes up, it washes bigger rocks down into the creek like this. And I like to take them and put them on the side. Now, Sophie likes to do that too. And she also likes to snorkel for rocks. Sophie, you find a rock down here? Get a rock. Get it, get it, get it. Find one. Good girl, good girl. Whee! Come here. Bring her, come here. Come on, girl. Come on. Let's go down in the water. Ooh, look at that. Look here, Sophie. Woo, get it. Get it! Well, needless to say, Sophie's a water dog. She loves the water. Can hardly keep her out of it. I think she takes after her grandma that way. I love being down here in the creek. Let's see if she'll catch this one. This is a little bigger one. Hey, Sophie. Woo! Get it! Get it, girl! Anyway, that's a lot of the things we do around here, but you know, Grandpa has work to do too. Let's go see where Grandpa is, huh? Come on. Sometimes our trees fall down when the wind blows in the wintertime. Well, and here's one of them that came down last winter. We had some real windstorms. In fact, we lost probably 7 or 8 trees. And what we do with them once they're down is Grandpa, in all his radiant glory, is the mighty woodsman. He didn't fall the tree, but he cuts it up for us to have firewood. So, let's go. Let's get some firewood, Grandpa. Grandpa? All right. Well, you know, as you can see, there's a lot of work to this place. We didn't show you the half of it. You'll have to come back another day. And I just can't wait to see you again. Anyway, you've got a view of what it is that happens when you're not here. Anyway, come back soon, will you? In the meantime, get out your paper and your pencil, because I'd love to hear from you. What goes on at your house when I'm not there? Can you tell me that? I love getting the mail. All right, you ready? Here's the address.
Hey kids, Grandma Joyce would love to hear from you, so why not sit down and write her a letter? Like every grandma, she loves to get pictures, drawings, or anything else you send her. Just write to Grandma's House, P.O. Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois, 62896. Her email is grandma@3abn.org. That's grandma@3abn.org. So what are you waiting for? Write her today.
An ordinary day becomes a holiday when I'm with you. I just remembered that song from a long time ago. Haven't thought about it for a while, but I was just noticing that I called my days at home ordinary. Well, why did I say that? Not one of my days is actually ordinary or plain Jane. I guess I've gotten used to the blessing of the beauty in each one, and maybe I'm not as grateful as I should be. What do you think? I am thankful to God that He gives me wonderful healing work to do all around the yard and the gardens and the woods. Sometimes when I get really stressed out with something in my life that isn't going the way I want it to, well, I just go outside and I start puttering. Before very long, I found something to do that's a real effort for me. And soon my mind is soothed and calm again. Ah, He restores my soul. Do you think your days are ordinary? Maybe you've gotten used to the routine and you don't think about it much. And if you don't think about it much, your days will become ordinary. But each one is a unique and rare gift from God, and He wants us to cherish each one. It's kind of sad how we humans let miraculous things become ordinary just because they're always there. It's like our eyes get tired and we don't really see the faithfulness in God in providing us with things we take for granted. Like even breathing. You never think about it unless you can't do it. So I'll tell you what, let's be more grateful for the ordinary things that fill our days, like chores and school and homework, maybe even broccoli. What if you didn't have chores to do? That might mean you didn't have anything to take care of, like clothes, your room, your pets, your house. Some people don't have those things, you know. And if you have them to take care of, you are very blessed. And what about robin's eggs? They may be ordinary on this planet, but what if we lived somewhere else in the universe? How precious would a robin's egg appear on Mars or floating around some other galaxies? Let's open our eyes wide to the beauty of the ordinary. Till next time, an ordinary day becomes a holiday.